Hello and welcome to the Forgotten Podcast. The podcast so dumb you wish you would have forgotten it. With me, Grimm, and my co-host, Dick. And there's supposed to be other two idiots, but they decided not to fucking show up.
And this is for an English class and you can't even speak fucking English. Idiots.
Idiots. Yeah, like Bobby Singer.
Idiots.
Idiots.
Bloody idiots.
Shut up. Anyhow, okay. Well, Dick, how's your day been going?
Stop hesitating when you say my name. Say it loud and proud. So your mother, your father, your brother and sister can hear.
Dick!
There you go.
Yes. So how's your day been going?
I'm doing lovely. What about yourself, Grimm?
It's been going lovely. My father lost his wedding ring.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, sounds exactly.
Divorce papers as well, I'm guessing?
No, we were swimming and he lost it. So. And my baby brother
He's married a fish. He's just married a fish. You what?
My baby brother shot me.
Your baby or big?
My baby brother shot me.
Hear that here, folks? He's been shot by an M1 1911 by a bloody child.
It was a 1911. It actually was a 1911, which is incredibly funny that you knew that. He shot me in the leg, and it hurt.
Well, actually,
it was
with an actual round.
A gel ball.
Okay, I was about to say you're bullshitting me.
What, you think I'd be doing this podcast if I goddamn shot in the leg like that? So
yes, it's you.
I left my gun on the table, like the gel ball gun. It has some rounds in it, and I left it with the safety off, like an idiot. And he picked it up, walked over to me, and pulled the goddamn trigger. And I got sprayed on the leg. So that's been my day. Now, today we're gonna be doing "Am I the Jerk?" The Reddit thing, the Reddit sensation, with those. What's that game again? You know, when you're running from the cop. You know, the mobile game.
One?
You were running
Which
from.
One?
I think it was Subway or something.
Oh, Subway Surfers.
Subway Surfers.
Running away from a cop. There's like thousands of games out there. There's bloody GTA, that's one of them.
There's GTA San Andreas, GTA 5, GTA 3, GTA 4, GTA 5, 6, and there's also GTA 6 coming out, and then there's also all those fake GTA mobile games.
Yeah, and you also got, I think
Mafia
it's,
1, Mafia 2, Mafia 3.
Yeah. Then you got Unturned, because you run away from police and cultists and that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't run away from cultists, you start the cults.
No, I make them. I start them.
Now, there's also 5M, Red M.
We don't talk about them.
So, anyhow, that Reddit sensation that's been on TikTok. Let's start off with a funny story here.
How about let's start with the fact that you left a child unattended with an M1 1911, you proceeded to get shot by with a pellet.
Well, it wasn't an M1 1911. It was a 1911. A Colt 45 1911.
So it's still a 1911.
It was still a 1911.
Okay.
The pistol was used by the British and the Americans in World War II.
The M1 1911 was the standard issue for British officers and Americans, while the Enfield was British in World War One and the M1 Garand was American in World War Two,
Yeah.
which the M1 1911 saw service in both. Gradually,
I'm just saying though, the M1 Grand is way better than the way better than the Lee Enfield. Cause fuck the Lee Enfield. You gotta hear that ping, like, bing.
I'm sorry, but the Americans focused on going in hard and quick, so they didn't care if the enemy heard you. We focused on being an ass. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
when have you
we
ever
can
seen
all
a British
agree though,
person?
the craziest people were clearly the Canadians.
I can actually agree on that. I had a chat with a Canadian guy saying that he said the Canadians pushed the enemy back as much as possible, right? And he said that the Canadians were the strongest force. I proceeded to say because the British ended up reinforcing them 17 times during the push of Normandy.
Bro, seriously,
Which
they'll leave a bunch of Canadians unattended with guns and a bunch of Nazis. The Nazis gonna die. Like, the Canadians are nuts. They're completely
I think we went a
nuts.
bit off topic. Let's go back to topic.
Yes, let's go back to the topic at hand. Am I the jerk? Teacher vandalizes
Yes.
car for political reasons and explains to the class how she didn't vandalize anything.
That does not make sense.
That does not make sense at all.
Let's hear the argument, and I'm going to be the dick at the end, alright?
Yes, of course, because that's your name. So, I'm not trying to offend anyone because of politics in America, but I didn't say anything this whole story. So I'm in 5th grade and I have 2 teachers, one for math/science, one for language and arts. Had just moved to North Carolina a few months earlier and was doing all right at school with good grades and few friends. And my classes are settling in for science and preparing for the lesson. The teacher is talking with one of the tutors. After about 5 minutes, he stands up and starts talking to the class. So this weekend, I was at blank's baseball game and I pull up to the park. And I see this guy in a silvery white car with a huge Trump sticker on their bumper. She starts to seem kind of frustrated after she said this, and the class does too. I have no reaction because I shouldn't be talking about politics in school. I was watching our team getting destroyed. She then rants about how badly they were being beat in the baseball game for about 5 to 10 minutes. She finally get back to why she was actually speaking to us. I actually left early because we were getting actually crushed like 9-0. So anyway, I left early and went up to that car. And she makes a gesture of peeling the sticker off. Peeled it off. The entire class seems happy and excited. All of a sudden, I again don't say a word because that's not only vandalism, but it's vandalism for political reasons. There have been multiple incidents like this for the past 3 months. She then explains how she didn't vandalize anything. She adds on by saying, I wanted to do more, but I might have already done something illegal. I mean, you have to admit, no matter what you think, that is illegal. Anyway, I find myself at home with mom the night, and she asked me to write all the incidents down on paper. I have no clue why she asked this, but I obey. When I finish, that's why my mom replies, we're going to turn this into a principal at the end of the year. My teacher's already thinking about quitting because of the pay, which you shouldn't be talking about school and how they want you kids to fail in this state. No idea where she's getting at. The state wanted us to fail school by my mom, and I agreed that we were waiting for the day to come. So tell me, am I the jerk?
How is this person a jerk in this story? They're just a
I
bystander.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Why do they think you're just a
Of all
bystander?
things to think, they think they're the jerk.
Wait, I'm just gonna go into the comics here, and this is just something. This is the first thing that popped up. Just want to ask why mom wants to wait until the end of the year reported. The teacher should not be allowed to be near children. She's vile. She needs to be reported now and not in a few weeks or months.
Alright, so her speaking politically and about her pay goes against their code of ethics. Right, especially the children. You're not meant to technically speak about politics to children, especially in 5th grade, right?
Yeah, this is 5th grade. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you ain't allowed to speak about it because they've got other things to worry about and they can't have the reality of the world hurting them. So that goes against their code of ethics. Probably the reason why she's waiting to the end of the year is so the next batch of kids don't get stuck with it.
Yeah,
Right. The main reason is that if you do it halfway, then it's gonna wait until the end of the year, which then is going to be a grudge. But if you wait until like the last week, right, report the issue, yada yada, then she'll be way out your child's head, and she can't cause any more damage, right, out of aggression or hostilities to the child and trying to get payback with the parent. So that could be it.
Yeah, that could be it. I think the OP is just a bystander in the situation. I mean, it's an interesting story, I guess, but why they're not the jerk in this situation? I'd say nobody is kind of the jerk. I mean, the teacher
No, I
should
said the
not be
teacher's the
talking.
jerk.
No, I don't think she's a jerk. I just think, I mean, she's probably a jerk for removing the sticker off the person's car, honestly. But she should not be talking political that much around this young children. It's just probably not good.
True. Like,
Yeah.
my school, right? I'm gonna go a bit off track. In my school, right, we have a general rule, right, not to talk about politics with the teachers. The teachers will not talk about politics physically. They'll try not to and will avoid it. Right?
Yeah.
We've got some Ukrainians in our kids. We've got some Ukrainians in our school. Right? We rarely talk. The teachers don't mention at all about the Ukrainian war. They don't mention anything about politics either. So when everyone was singing, Boris is a cunt, Boris is a cunt, none of the teachers addressed the issue, right? Because it goes against their code of ethics. It's the same within America, right?
Yeah.
The United Kingdom and the America systems are quite similar when it comes to school, right? So
Yeah,
from my understanding, since she said something political, right, that can get her fired on the standards of, I believe it's I think it was against the Constitution actually, or one of their laws. But anyway,
Yeah, it's
on to the next
freedom of
story.
speech, I believe. She's going against that person's freedom of speech.
Yes, because
That's
she
true,
ripped off
yeah.
a sticker and replaced it with a political mark, which is also graffiti, isn't it?
Yeah, she totally vandalized the car.
Yeah, which did.
In my school, my sister's been complaining about this teacher. She doesn't know. She's the English teacher, but doesn't know how to speak English apparently. And she also just
That don't make
is.
sense.
That
That
does not
don't
make
make
sense. She
sense.
says
It's like putting a French teacher in the middle of German. That don't make sense.
I know. But not only that, she's
Oh my
apparently
god.
somewhat power hungry. I didn't know who she was, but then like I pretty sure I saw her like yelling at like these 6-year-olds, and I'm pretty sure one of them was fucking crying. Like she was fucking. She dragged them out of the class and was full on yelling at them. And I for some reason I
Your
don't think the
teachers are
teachers.
quite chilled back. No, that's a chilled back teacher. Right? For my school standards. Right? I've seen a kid run across the school field for a teacher to tackle him. Right? I've seen teachers restrain students for throwing a swing at someone else. Right? I have seen much less for much worse. Right? That yelling at a bloody 6-year-old, right? That was fight clubs in my school. Right? You got a chilled out school. What do you mean?
That's true. We kind of do have a chill school. I mean, because most of the kids are probably on some sort of drugs. But anyhow,
Mate, there's literally a fight club set up on the fucking top of the field. Like, every day there's someone having a scrap or a tap out. Right?
Alright.
There's something happening every fucking day. Sorry for my French. I know it's English, but fuck it. French, bonjour, buffy.
Stop waving the surrender language. Anyhow, let's find. This one is way too long. Let's go. Let's go with this
That's what
one.
she said.
Is my mom the jerk?
Actually, do you want to hear my story?
Yeah,
My
actually, let's go with your one actually now.
Alright, so I have a story that I have not posted to Reddit, so this is a bit off topic if you want to consider it that. And honestly, I want your honest opinion, and Gav here, Grimm, or whatever his name is at this point, will tell me, right, you guys' feedback, right? So this is this person a jerk? So not me, right? I don't think I'm a jerk. I'm just watching, and it was fun. Right, but anyway, there's a bit of backstory. I have a cousin, right? Let's call him Josh, right? He's how can I put it? He gets around, right? And he goes to girlfriend, right? At one point, I thought he was dating a boy, right? And all sorts of this influences him heavily. So I remember, right? We went to Tesco's one day, right? Grabbed our food, we did shopping. I saw a lovely pack of crisps, and they tasted delicious, right? And I remember seeing me and my mum. So me and my mum, right, were with my grandma and grandpa with my brother at the shop, and we saw one of my cousin's friends, which was an employee at said shop. Right, we talked to him for a bit. Right, we go outside, and I wonder who we see. My cousin Josh, with his what number of girlfriend is this? Was that one actually? Hold on, just give me a moment. I think it's like 27th. 27th in the last 2 years.
For girls like extra
Right.
10 fingers to count it.
Mate, I had to get my phone because I actually wrote it down.
You're writing down your cousin's girlfriends?
Honestly, yeah, because fuck it, he's a player. Someone's got to keep track for him. Right? He fucking don't remember half of them, so that's a fucking start. But anyway,
Bro's Barney Stinson.
he's there, right? I'm just standing by my car, or by my grandpa's car, not mine, too young, right? And we see my cousin with his girlfriend, as I've stated, right? And I quote, they were there to cause problems, right? I say and I quote because that's what my family said. Right, and I was there. We ended up, what? It got into a heated argument because my cousin Josh didn't actually go to the house, right? He was past curfew, right? So he went all that, and it turned into an argument to the point where my mother, my grandma, was yelling at him. My grandpa was screaming his eyes out. Me and my brother looked fucking awkward. Right? We were just sitting in the car. Then I got out of the car, right, and I screamed. I stood in the middle of these fuckers, and I screamed, "Everybody, calm the fuck down! You get in your fucking car. You fuck off!" Right? Sorry for the French. Bonjour, monsieur. Mwah, mademoiselle.
Why do you
Right?
keep trying to surrender? Like, I don't get it.
Shut up. Shut up. Right? And I'm wondering if that was the right thing to do instead of turning it into a fight, like an actual fight, physically. Or was it the good idea for me just to get in between them and scream in between them, everyone to shut the fuck up and get in the car? Am I the asshole? I'm leaving out.
No, I don't think you're the asshole. You're just trying to control the situation.
I'm asking your classmates. They got better opinions than you. I can guarantee that one.
That's probably.
Especially about the French.
Fuck you. You keep trying to surrender, you motherfucker.
You see, I can't say shit. Do you know why? He's 100 years old. I can't say shit. That was a fucking stalemate. He couldn't do shit. It was middle, right in the middle. Can't do shit.
Can't say
I
shit.
can't say shit.
Well, we beat your ass, motherfucker, as well. 3 times. So fuck you. We have the
We beat
cod.
yours like 5 times. We patrol your airspace. We've gone through this. We've gone through this. We control your airspace and coastal. You have Coast Guard. They don't do shit. Right?
You don't let the
At
British
the moment, I think.
fucking control our coast, motherfucker.
Uh,
You got our airspace. And the Americans also, and the
your
Canadians.
airspace, and we. Let me see who's taking the turn of protecting your airspace.
Alright. Anyhow, fuck you. We won the war 3 times. And my history teacher could definitely agree on that, right? Right?
No.
Well, not specifically my history teacher is my English teacher, but he is a history teacher. Anyhow, so,
Let's see this. Hold on. NATO fighters based off Kavala to help Iceland's airspace safety security. Yeah, I know, I'm going a bit off topic. It does the mission to meet Iceland peacetime. Don't care. Allies nations type or around 3 or 4 weeks to 3 times a year. Patrol your airspace. That includes us. Since we're the closest, we do it quite often.
actually, it's more the Americans.
Well, the Americans are everywhere. They want your oil. Don't forget that one.
We don't have any oil. We have water.
Yeah. Guess what? The Americans took it. That's why you don't have it. They've replaced it with their pigs. That's why you got water.
I'm pretty sure
More than
as soon as we
200
had
aircraft.
oil, like, yeah,
Alright, so America.
That's why the American military left us, because we ran out of oil.
Exactly. America, I believe they've pulled out of protecting your airspace now, and I believe it's 200 aircraft of European. So European forces, right, that patrol your airspace. I don't believe the Americans do that as much. Not anymore. I know they have bases there as radar detection systems.
No. They don't have bases here anymore. They only have aircraft. The reason they patrol here is because this is like one of the easiest. If somebody wants to invade America, this is literally the best place to take over.
No.
Oh well, one of them. If you don't want to go through fucking Alaska.
It's a vital trading port. It's a great trade route, which, since there's most of the trading route, all it would be is to set up a blockade there, and you would virtually destroy the economy.
Anyway, we are.
Anyway, let's stop going off topic. Why
Yeah.
do we keep on talking about war? I don't know.
Because we like war. We don't call it
Yeah.
the Geneva Convention. We call it the Geneva Checklist. It's our checklist.
You've said this before.
I know, I've said this before.
You've said this.
But not
Yes.
here. I have not said this here. Anyhow.
You're depressing, that's what you are.
Fuck you. Okay. Is my mom the jerk for protecting my sister from a crazy Karen that tried to kidnap her?
A crazy what?
Karen.
Carrot? I thought you said can.
Cow.
Was it just a random walking tin can? Anyway, continue.
Okay, I am a 14-year-old male. My mom is a 34, or my sister is 4 years old. This happened to me and my sister where we're out with my mother enjoying the nice midday outside in the amusement parks. My mother brought some snacks because my little sister was hungry and she was crying. My mother put in charge of my sister for then B. Karen. Why the hell did I say B. Karen? Came by and said, "Why are you holding my child?" Me, confused, said, "Are you talking to me?" She said, "Yes." Then she started trying to rip my sister off the hand that I was holding her. My mother turned around and said, "Let my baby girl go." Karen said no. Then my mother fought this baffling lady. In quick background, my mother was a professional wrestler at her high school. She was a black belt in karate and had been practicing boxing for 2 years. So let's say it didn't go well for this Karen. My mother fought for 20 minutes with this woman, and the cops were called. They took this woman to the hospital, and then they arrested my mother. 2 months later, I attend my mother's court hearing. My mother only got 600 hours of community service, but for the Karen, she will face charges for kidnapping and child endangerment. She left some scars on my little sister's hand. In conclusion, was my mother a jerk for protecting my little sister from baffling B. Karen? So, what are your thoughts?
Two things. One, what 14-year-old teenager wants to go outside? Two, explain to me why this fucking woman tried taking a child in the first place? There was a voice crack in that. Don't mind that.
Yeah, because she's nuts. Like you and me.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
she's
we
crazier than
definitely
us. Because the thing is, we're nuts.
Oh, bullshit! That's bollocks.
Okay, we're nuts, but we're not spoiled. If you're spoiled and nuts, then you're Karen. If you're just nuts, then you're us.
No, if you're me, then you're worse. You're worse than both those things.
True. Okay.
I'm sorry, but
Let's.
I got the brain to kill one. Anyway,
Okay, let's go through here. No, she's not.
is there a video?
I find it fucking hilarious that she fought her for like 20 minutes, and I can bet you the Karen was bleeding with like bruised face and everything. Like she was, the mother was has been a boxer for 2 years, black belt in karate, and was a professional wrestler. I
Nice.
think this lady fucked with the wrong child.
Yeah, sounds about right.
She obviously
I
put up
got
a fight as well, because like it lasted 20 minutes. Unless she was on the ground and she just kept on hitting her.
Alright. I got a 20-minute compilation of a bunch of cannons. You wanna go watch this real quick?
Oh yeah, let's
Screw
just
it.
watch this.
Alright, don't worry, we're just being a bit senseless right now. Our plan is just to stretch it out, because you know what, teacher, this guy's getting extra credit. Screw it, yeah. Alright, look at the screen, look at the screen. Tell me when you're looking.
Oh yeah.
Actually, let me find a different one.
Wait, are you watching Donny Bobes?
He's just one of the guys I watch. Anyway.
If I can load that guy. I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything? Wait, so you can't hear anything?
I can hear a little now. So rude.
It seems like perfect karma.
That seems perfect. However, let's just shut the fuck up.
Where's this one actually? Here.
Oh my god. No, don't. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Did he fucking punch the window?
Alright, let's examine this clip, okay? So here, right, first part, this is a cat, this is that. It's pulled in front of that, causing this to slow down, which now, these two are probably mad, right? Because this guy just got cut off. Now this guy has nearly been hit, right? This is the result. Do you think he was in the right for for vandalizing a piece of safety equipment that's part of a car there to help the driver see?
Honestly, he probably should not have done that. But that guy, no, he did not. Was not supposed to do that. He had no right. He was an idiot.
Say idiot correctly. And we're gonna look. Pulled in front, forcing these two cars to slow down. Right. This guy was at risk. This guy, and especially this guy, was at risk to being hit.
You can't just practically stop in the middle of the traffic. It's like one of the most dangerous things to do is just stopping. There's something
All right, you ready for the next?
I think we should probably get back to Reddit because this is a podcast, not a YouTube video.
Fair enough. We can't take anyone else's credit.
Yeah, that's true. We're not complete idiots. I mean, assholes.
Say idiot.
Idiots.
Idiot.
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 Pendejo.
Why do you
Idiot.
keep speaking Russian? What the hell is pendejo?
That's not Russian! That's Mexican.
You mean Spanish?
Pendejo is a Mexican. Pendejo is Mexican.
Did you say that's Mexican?
Pendejo is Mexican.
It's not Mexican. Do they speak Mexican in Mexico?
Not Mexican. Don't they speak Spanish?
Pendejo is Spanish, you idiot.
Pendejo. What the fuck did you say it was Russian then?
I was fucking with you. It was clearly Latin.
Yes, complete.
Okay.
Let's continue. You know what I said.
Okay, this is again. Oh, wow. Okay, this one is fucking long as well. Alright, let's just go on with another school one. Am I the asshole for adding a Fortnite bookmark to my school iPad unintentionally? Story.
Can we save this last because it's just fucking Fortnite?
Yeah.
Can we?
Yeah. You want to just skip this one because it's Fortnite.
Read over it. Read over it. Don't say a word. It's good. Give me a brief heading. Alright, well, he's gone talking. I remember when Grimm told me a lot of stories about your school. I hear it's a lovely place. So I hear. I hear it's amazing. Right? I hear it's the most chilled out school ever. You guys got sofas, couches, more than my school has. We have fight pits. Right? Also, hey, Gabriel. Gab, Grimm,
Yeah.
whatever your name is. Oh, question.
What?
Does this class know your crush? Do they know who your crush is?
No. Fuck off. I'm not gonna edit that, you ass.
I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna go. Hey, Gabriel, do you know who you does this class know your crush?
Just letting you know, my class is not hearing this podcast unless they find it online.
I'm gonna make sure everything. Send me the teacher's email. I will find your teacher and I will ask him to show it in front of the entire class.
No, fuck you. This is why your name is Dick, because you're a dick.
Are we forgetting one of the weirdest things you've asked me to do?
Which
Are we
was.
forgetting?
Which was.
I'm a professional. You think it's beyond my power? Dark side. Anyway, continue with the
Yeah, I
story.
forget.
Come on.
You're fucking Count Dooku over here.
No, I'm British. And worse.
Yeah, I forgot. You British people like
He
to
may have
stab.
been British special forces, but I'm worse. I'm a British fucking child. Sorry, but if we sent like people underneath the age of fucking 10, all the way down to 6, right, across those trenches, I guarantee we would have won against Germany twice, just alone.
It's true though. The British people have World War II, but the Americans have the British people have World War One movies, but the Americans have World War II movies. It's just a fact. So
No, the British do have World War Ones, World War Twos.
yeah, their World War II movies suck, but their World War One movies rule.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because most of the cool shit that would actually work within Civvy Street is classified, right? Like, here's a history fact for you. Since this teacher here, right, is well, the person reading this or listening, I don't know. Hi, my name's Dick. Right. Here's a history fact. The BBC nearly got charged with treason during the Falklands. Now you can Google the rest because I don't care anymore.
Okay, well, here's another story for you. Am I the jerk for cutting my dad out of my life for good?
That doesn't sound like you would be the jerk. But all right, let's hear this.
So this is going to be a very long story because this has like nearly 20 years worth of context. I will be trying to summarize. When I was 7, I am now 27, about to be 28, my dad walked out on me, my siblings, and my mom, who had just had a few major surgeries. We still seen him occasionally small town, but more so my brother than the rest of us. I was never mad about this until recently. Anyways, I spent a lot of time sticking my neck out for him because I so badly wanted to have a normal family. Still do, but not the same these days. Eventually, as things went on, my parents got back together and both seemed really happy. I went away to go to college. I needed some space from my dad around this time, but never could get any. This will be a trend. He would always talk only about like 2 or 3 things with me. My mom, my brother, who he always treated as being special, and my sister, who detested him. I don't know that word.
There you go. There you go. Your English teacher's proud of you right now.
Yeah, definitely. For so long. It I fucking stutter a lot. Shut up, okay?
This is the fact that the next line was full out.
Shut up! Shut up, you bitch ass. It pretty much felt like I was a tool of his to control others or seek more forgiveness. Anyways, over the years, he would tell me how my mom stopped loving him. For context, she was staying at her parents a lot because they were getting sick, and she was the only one that could really get them to open up to the doctors about what was wrong. At one point, he told me he met someone online and was sending her money. It was a scam, and I didn't tell him this because I viewed this as a cheating on my mom, and that is absolutely the worst thing you could do, in my opinion. I'll admit, I was a bit of a jerk on this part. Anyways, after this, I started distancing myself from more of him. At said point, I was using one of his vehicles, and my mom took everything of hers and left him. Rightfully so, and no one can convince me otherwise. During my space, he would
Alright.
constantly yell at me anytime I called him, and when I didn't, would message me saying this, like, sure, it'd be nice if you'd call every now and then, make sure I'm still alive. I will admit I probably made things worse by not, but I was tired of being yelled at and feeling like less. I had some vehicle problems and let him know. I was going to take it in to get repaired. The next morning, I was super sick, and he called me at like 8 in the morning, demanding to know if I fixed it and came down and switched vehicles. I didn't have the keys to this one, so it was so much switched as left. Funny enough, he got a ticket because he parked past a no parking sign. Also, I will say he always had the right to take it. I told him to a few times instead of lobbing that over my head. Anyways, he left me more mean controlling voicemails for a few months. Now I was preparing to end things. I sent him a long text in response, citing my issues with what all happened, and said goodbye, blocking him and moving on. After this, he was and has since apparently gone on to tell everyone on his side of the family, many who I was very close to, and my grandpa on my mom's side, how bad I was. I don't actually know all of this, don't think many would tell me. I was thrown off talking with any of them about it because I don't like forcing families to take sides. And I do think this happens all the time. So with all that, am I the jerk in this? Was I justified? Is he? Are we both just jerks? I was trying to summarize as much as I possibly could because this is a long, complicated, can provide more detail if needed.
Yeah, no. Fucking the father is the worst. No.
Nah,
This
definitely.
child here is justified. I'm sorry. You know my past with this one.
Yeah,
You know the fact
I'm not.
that.
We're not gonna
Yeah.
get
No.
rid of, you know.
This the
Father
father's an
completely.
asshole. He's
Yeah,
abusive and
completely.
he's a dick.
Yeah, he's
Right.
emotionally abusive, clearly, and the worst thing is he's trying to destroy his connection with his side of the family, which absolutely sucks.
He's a manipulist.
Yeah,
He's using two different methods: emotional and financial abuse.
yeah, you know everything about that because you like to manipulate people.
No, no, I don't know everything about that one because of that one. I know that because something else. Don't worry about that one.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Any,
yeah, you know the story with that one anyway, so I don't
yeah.
need to fucking mention it again.
Let's
But
see.
this kid ain't in the wrong, right? The father's a dick, right? The mother's a victim, right? That car should be thrown in the ocean. See what
Definitely.
the fuck he wants to do about it then.
I'm glad the motherfucker got a parking ticket, because fuck him. I hope it was expensive. So, clearly the kid
You
was.
sound like a dumbass right now. I hope it was expensive. Well, fuck off.
Fuck you, you idiot.
Idiot!
Idiot.
Idiot!
Idiot.
Fucking idiot!
Idiot.
I'm speaking more Mexican, French, and Russian more than I'm speaking English. So completo.
Idiot. Okay. Am I the jerk for being confused about why my friends were upset with me?
Yeah, I think we're having that right now. Yeah, we don't need to know the story because it's now.
Yes, but me and you, because fuck you, you idiot. I feel like we're gonna
Hope you
just
teach
have us
you
ranting for the next
I,
hour,
I
me
hope you
going
teach
idiot,
you
you going
that.
idiot. Like me going idiot and you just going idiot. So.
I want credit for this. Where's mine? I don't even go to it, my good.
Hey, I'm putting this on YouTube, and again, everybody check out his company, Ender Workshops. YouTube
I
this
don't
year.
have a computer.
Yes, you do.
No, it's not a company because then they'll get taxes for it. It's a hobby.
It's a hobby. Yes, it's a hobby, not a company. Don't tax him.
Fuck you, Britain.
Don't tax Richard. Don't tax him.
Tax more of the rich and give more to the poor.
Totally
If you're
don't
Russian,
tax Richard Johnson, okay? Don't tax him. He doesn't have a
who the
company.
fuck is Richard Johnson?
I'm making a joke because your first name is Richard. Isn't that why you're.
Richard?
Wait, is your name like fully actually Dick?
Yeah.
I always thought you. I thought it was just your name because like usually people called Richard was Dick.
No, you see, my parents decided to be an asshole, and they literally named me Dick.
Okay, but no, your father. Yeah, probably. That's kind of
Shut
fair.
up.
Okay, fuck you. Okay. Okay, to start off, I'd like to.
How long have you been doing this?
Yeah. Huh? Wait, what did you say?
How long have we been doing this?
I don't know. Wait, let me check. We've done this
An hour?
for 50 minutes.
I think that's enough. That's the average time for a fucking lesson. You've done the exact amount that you need to do.
Let's take one more.
Which race do you want to keep going? Oh my god.
Let's go with a friend that got shot and died. I've been saving that one.
Oh shit, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, okay. Am I the jerk for telling my brother he has no friends? A week after this, his friend got shot and died. This is basically a story about someone who can dish out but can't eat their own food. All of my life, my brother has done a little over 100 small nice things for me. It doesn't help with what he's done to me. Wait, I lost where I was. Done to me. I'm in middle school, so it's been years of hate from him. During 2020, I didn't get out much because my parents were sick. While my entire family got it, I'm lucky since I never had it, even though I've had almost every other sickness during that time. I gained some weight. I've recently been losing some weight, and I'm really not that fat. I don't work out constantly like my brother, but unlike him, I play sport, and I've got to say, baseball has helped me lose some weight, but mainly muscles up my calves. I also have PE, and that's helped too. My brother does make fun of me for being fat a lot, so do other people. At this point, nobody really does anything that deeply hurts me. I'm just numb to it all. At this point, I should probably say that I'm spoiled by my grandma. She's a sweet woman. Despite being born directly in the aftermath of World War II, I'm a kid, so yeah, I like toys, but more specifically, Transformers. I like them because the designs are cool, and it's more of me collecting them than playing with them. My grandma does buy me them, but since 2020, she hasn't really been buying me anything, unless it's my birthday, Christmas, some special occasion. I'm not mad. I think it helps me. I don't really show her everything I want, so I guess that helps. But my grandma still buys almost everything I touch when I'm with her. My brother bullies me about it. He also says I have no friends. I have a small friend group of four, including me, but I've made some friends around school. This Sunday, I asked my grandma if her lawn needs to be mowed. She said yes, so I said I would do it this weekend. I even told my parents so they knew I was going to do it. I did mow twice in a row, and me and my brother take turns mowing their lawn. My brother did it last time, but even he said he didn't want to do it. This time leading today, I'm sunburned and I feel sick, so I skipped school. I'm good now, but I still burn. I left my room to go see if my mom needed help with anything. She just came back home with my brother after picking him up from school, and they're in the middle of a conversation, so I stay quiet. I hear them talking about my brother mowing my grandparents' lawn tomorrow. I started burning even more. I live in Texas, so at that point I felt like the sun was going to ham on you during the summer, meaning I was mad. I sat there in the living room and my brother and mom came through there. My mom told me not to pout. I had no facial expressions. My lips were not any other position than they normally are. I don't know what or she got that I was pouting. My brother asked what I was going to use the money for. He said that our grandma buys me Transformers every day. She doesn't. He started making fun of me. My mom's a nice person, but she just stood there doing nothing while my brother was being such a jerk. I I told him that this is why he doesn't have friends. I went to my room and closed the door. I don't want to apologize. I'm not going to apologize. His friend died last week. My mom came in my room a few minutes after and told me I was in the wrong. I told her all the things he said to me. I told her that every time he bullies me, I don't cry because his words hurt. I don't cry because he hits me several times. I cry because I was to live with someone like him. I cry because I'm jealous of people that have brothers who care about their brothers that don't beat up their siblings verbal and physical. I said that I really can't see what that says. That what I said doesn't add up to anything close to what he's done to me. Apparently he cried because of what I said. I the jerk, but wait, there's DLC. I have a rabbit and got one for Christmas present 2019. I clean up out of his litter box every week. I did today after the argument. He looked hurt, deserved after the elementary style back and forth he charged at me. I walked out the door, because to clean my rabbit's litter box. Name is Oreo. I'll see if I can add a picture of him. I have another story of somebody who can dish out but can't be served, and it ends up in me getting punched by a goblin from a class of clans. And it still affects me. So am I the jerk?
I would say it's 50-50 based on the context. He could have used a different type of context, but the brother ain't actually in the right either, considering he's been doing it for years and can't dish it out. And considering what from this context of the story, this kid here has done nothing to aggress against him, and he's just done it for the sake of it. So
Yeah, he's just.
I would say this kid here is 50-50.
Yeah, honestly, the brother's completely a jerk and he's an asshole, clearly, and he's a bully. And I mean, it's fucking sad and like, yeah, he's probably grieving, so it's kind of wrong of there to fucking. I don't know. I said him. It's it
Yeah,
they
but it's
whatever.
50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50. I completely agree
It
with
was
you
just
there.
bad time, bad words. Simple.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's all it
yeah,
was. Bad time, bad words.
but I think the mother's like definitely a jerk for not stopping the brother. Clearly,
Oh no, she's a bitch.
yeah,
It's
totally for
very
that.
good.
You should not let him. That's just horrible fucking parenting. The kid,
But think about it.
if my kid did that to their other sibling, like that, they'd just be grounded. As simple as that. I would just not stand there. That's wrong.
Yeah, but think about it. This kid's been going through this shit, right, last week, right? And
Yeah,
his brother, right, has been going through this shit for a long time. Right? They both hit their snapping points, and the mother simply wasn't there to care for them and help them.
yeah, clearly.
So it's 50-50 for all of them. It depends on the person and the
No,
context.
more like
The
25.
mother,
It's more like 25-25 and 50. 50% mother, 25-25 for the other kids. I think.
yeah,
Cause the
100%, that's what the family comprises of in this story. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about whether or not. I believe the kids is 50-50, and the mother, I believe she is an asshole, considering she wasn't there to stop nor hear said fight and get both sides of the story before she started punching.
yeah, it's
So
just
just bad parent.
it's bad parenting.
All right, listen. I know one of you guys is like writing down on a notepad called fatherly advice. Don't rip that paper now. Sure, never gonna be lucky.
Anyhow,
Because you gave it.
this has now been an hour, so I guess have a
I'm
fun.
leaving now.
Yeah, we're gonna be
I'm
leaving.
not gonna last another hour. No.
Yeah.
To the
So,
teacher.
Vicky, hope you fucking enjoyed this for the past hour, and I hope you
I
listened to
haven't.
every single second of it. Because if you started skipping through it, you're a bitch. Fuck you. Alright.
You just said fuck you to your teacher.
Yeah, I know. You should listen. This is
See,
your job.
Hey,
Okay.
if you don't listen to it, right, I'm gonna dox your pay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take your money.
Alright. So for now, enjoy some good music and have a terrible day.
I hate myself. Alright, how's it cut off now? Gab. Get up.